It was an 8-figure campaign, I believe. It did about $10 or $11 million in pre-orders. You'd imagine hallelujah until the creator got to a stage where they realized it was going to probably cost 15 to 20 million to actually fulfill the campaign. Hi everybody, Derek here again from Crua. In the last video, you'll have heard me talk about the 4 different categories of modern day crowdfunding. In this little video, I said or I mentioned that I'm going to focus on rewards-based crowdfunding and you as a potential backer of an equity crowdfunding campaign, what to look out for. So there's risk attached to this, but how do you mitigate that risk and how do you give yourself the best chance of a positive outcome? So that's what I'm going to talk about here in this video as creator of many crowdfunding campaigns, both equity and rewards, and also as a backer of many crowdfunding campaigns. I suppose I hope I'm in a good position to give you a few pointers of things to look out for when you're before potentially backing a crowdfunding campaign. Focusing on rewards-based crowdfunding, and this I mean Kickstarter, I mean Indiegogo, I mean BackerKit. Okay, so how do we, mitigate the risk of backing a Kickstarter campaign, for instance? First of all, I would look at the creator, the project owner, the project creator. Have they done this before? What's in their own background to suggest that they appreciate the complexities around supply chain, around cash flow, etc., especially if it's a business that's trying to grow? Have they done this before, or has somebody in their team done this before to the extent that they're aware of the hidden costs, the hidden trials and tribulations? Now, you're never going to get an exact fit here, and there's only so much diligence you can do in this, but just I would have a look and see. When you think about it, most crowdfunding campaigns on Kickstarter that succeed are for less than about 9k, I think, on average. 40% of campaigns actually succeed in hitting their goal, and of those that do, I think the vast majority of them are for 10k or less. When you look at that, and again, once you have some experience in supply chains, that brings its own difficulties. Even though you're only looking for a smaller amount, a smaller number of product to get produced and shipped, it brings its own challenges around dealing with suppliers, etc. So what you're looking for here is, has the creator, has the founder, whatever the case is, thought this through? Can we get this amount of product to these people reasonably so that we can put the toe in the water and see how the product is received, etc. If they don't have an understanding around the complexities of supply chain for small orders like that, they should. You definitely want innovation, right? That's what crowdfunding is all about. You want innovation, you want people being able to produce and be backed by the general public without having to go through, huge amounts of funding, etc. So you want that innovation. What you don't want is dreaming that has given no thought to the complexities of actually bringing a product through a full cycle, a full life cycle, from R&D, new product introduction, right through the cycle to get it to your door. Again, okay, they don't have to have all the answers, but they should really have an awareness of the complexities around that. Has the project creator taken account for the shipping costs of the product? Really, really key and really, really pertinent in this day and age. We all know of a few high-profile Kickstarters that failed. It was an 8-figure campaign, I believe. It did about $10 or $11 million in pre-orders. You'd imagine hallelujah until the creator got to a stage where they realized it was going to probably cost 15 to 20 million to actually fulfill the campaign. In that case, it was just, shipping costs where there was a PC sum put in, and, it wasn't iterated far enough to know the exact production cost, and then the shipping costs, the associated shipping costs. And then as the campaign, got bigger, so did the problem, essentially. So again, are they aware of the shipping costs and the other costs? Are they taking into consideration sales taxes that they have to return, etc., etc.? The last thing you want is looks from the outside in that it was a really successful campaign, and then all of a sudden something happens, it doesn't deliver, and it's down to hidden costs or unforeseen challenges around costs, etc., because there are costs around every corner. Have any independent people, ambassadors, influencers online seen the product, held the product, even if it's only a sample, prototype, whatever? Has it gone out to independent or at least semi-independent parties who have looked at it? Yeah, this solves the problem. This has a chance of succeeding. This has a chance of being produced, and it's actually good. Early iteration. Has somebody actually outside of the immediate founders or the immediate creators actually used the product? Is somebody be able to give a somewhat, objective view on the product itself and its performance? Has the product been brought to a decent level of iteration? Is it just an idea? Is it an idea that has gone through a couple of iterations? Is it a working prototype? Is it minimum viable product? Is it an MVP? There's a lot of things again there that you can learn from how far the product has gone. If it's very much in its ideation state, again, you have to find out how far along the actual production of a fully working prototype it is. And some platforms, by the way, will require that you have a fully working prototype. Others don't. Again, just stuff to consider in your decision making. Okay, so there you have it, I suppose. A few pointers. Hopefully you'll find it helpful. What to look out for, I guess, when backing a rewards-based crowdfunding campaign. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments down below. I'll absolutely answer them, no problem. We do monitor our comments quite regularly, so if you have any questions, stick them into the comments. Quite happy to help in any way I can at all. Thanks a million for watching. We'll see you in the next video.